The reality is that there are few bikes left in the market, but for the time being there is not going to be any 796 in India. So as soon as we clear up the stock at present in the market, will be 795 the only bike in the category. I think if I can make 5 years forecast, I wouldn't be here. I would be sitting some boat on the coral reef in Australia. No, it's besides joke, it's very difficult to make prediction in countries like India that are growing so fast and with such an impressive development. We do have to be focused, to stay focused, and do the things that we are supposed to do to grow the market and make sure that Ducati brand is properly represented. We're working on that. We're working on providing the best service we can at the moment. There's still a lot of work we have to do, but we are committed to doing it. In terms of how do I see the market in India is for sure extremely interesting because there is very high awareness on the big motorcycles, and there is a high awareness about Ducati itself. We are recognized as one of the major players and premium motorcycles in the segment. So I think that we will keep the position and we will obtain the position in India that we have all over the countries in the world. In terms of numbers, again, it's very difficult to make a prediction. Very difficult. I'm expecting better, to be honest, but we didn't really have the right motorcycle to grow. Now with the Monster 795, I think we are going to get an even higher rate of growth for sure this year, and again, let's stay tuned and see what's the position of India next year. I have such a high affection towards the Indian culture that I really hope to see India #1 next year, but that's just my big hope and also an above hope, because I think the Indians really love Ducati. Actually, it's less than that because we had some issues in some cities. As I normally say every time I speak to Indian press, India, everything is possible, nothing is easy.
Sure.
And the reality is that yes, we are planning to grow to more than 5 outlets towards this year. Again, it's not easy.
Sure.
It's not easy. You have to find the right partner. We have stumbled a couple of times until now. We know we realize it, but we are fully committed, and all the top management is also fully committed to have to solve the problem with our local importer. For that category of customers on which we are saving, we are speaking to a reduction from 60 to 10%.
Okay.
Was 20 until last year, then January 1st the taxation should go down to 10.
Okay.
I know there were still the customers were not receiving the reduction, but it's a matter of a few weeks before it. There are some, in order to the regulation, you have to have a certain percentage of local content.
Sure.
So basically, some of our suppliers that were already suppliers of the bikes in Italy are providing the material here, and this allows us to stay into the local regulation, to be able to qualify for custom duty reduction.
Okay, and is the Monster currently the only bike being assembled in Thailand?
Yes, it is.
And is there a plan to expand the number of models being assembled?
Yes, there is.
And the models would be?
You will have to wait a little bit more. Now there are some things we are finalizing. We'll make a proper announcement in the next few months, and India will also benefit from this new addition to our local assembly.
What's the production capacity here?
Depends. Well, infinite. I'm kidding. There is my colleague Alain Durvader that heads the factory here. That is smiling. Let's say we are flexible enough to cope with the increasing market demand. I think the production, the point is that we don't really want to flood the market with an excessive number of motorcycles.
Sure.
There is no need. No need also because these markets are like newborn babies, so you don't want to feed them too much.
Sure.
You really have to make sure that what you send is actually absorbed, because otherwise it backfires. So it's not really, we don't go for unreasonable numbers. We always try to listen to the markets and provide the number of motorcycles that the market requires, being on the conservative side.
Okay.
It's better one bike less than one bike more than the demand.
Okay.
That's a very complicated question. Very complicated.
I think that in the markets that are growing so fast, we need to look carefully on what the market will ask, and we have been flexible already many times in our history. We will keep doing it, and we will provide to the Asian market the models that we think we better fit with the demand. It's too early to say. We are investing significantly in this product because this product is certainly the right product for Asia. We're already planning for the future, but it's too early to say with which model, which displacement we will develop in the medium-long-term perspective.
Pierfrancesco, when you were looking at the 795, you listed the number of changes that you wanted for the Asia-specific 795.
Yes.
Can you list those out for us once again, and can you tell us, were there any specifics that would require detailed changes and could be done in the future, something like that?
We looked carefully to what the market has been demanding to the Ducati family. The Monster has been the most successful bike not only in the Ducati world history but in Asia as well. This brought to us to think carefully on what bike would be better for this market. We decided that the 800 cc display was the right one for the Asian market, with the lower seat provided by the chassis of the 696. This mix together provides the better mix for this segment. All the other elements of the motorcycle are meant to be easy to ride, fun to ride, delivering performance in a great style. The suspension is the high-end system you can find in this segment. The braking system is 320 millimeters, 4 pistons radial calipers from Brembo. That is the top of the range in this segment. And all the elements of the bikes are meant to provide the smooth supply of power with the high torque and very good handling. This is the package. The bike is very light. Is 167 kilograms dry weight. That position the bike as one of the lowest in this range, and this provides very good riding capability to this motorcycle that is able to perform not only in the urban environment but also on open roads.
Well, first of all, when you sell anything, you have to have a distribution network. So that's the first step. The second step, what we are experiencing in the company, our marketing department, is that the Indians are extremely aware of online activities. It's impressive the numbers of contacts on Facebook, it's impressive the number of forum about Ducati and motorcycle that you have in India. So it's something that it's really have to be exploited a bit better than we are actually doing at the moment. But I would say that this is a trend that we are seeing worldwide. Probably India is a bit more extreme on this point of the online activities. I don't know if you can confirm the point, but what we are experiencing directly as a company is this one. The number of access, we created an Indian section in the website, and what we've been experiencing is that the number of contacts is growing exponentially. We even hired a person in Ducati India specifically for looking after these online activities, and that I think would be the best. On the other hand, also the quality of the magazines, the motorcycle magazines that you have in India, for sure call for attention in terms of advertising, printed advertising, events like this in which we can make the press aware of the quality and the content of our products. So I really think there are many levels you have to touch. Probably yes, you're right, India is might be a bit different from other places all over Asia. This is why I rarely when they say Asia, actually it's not Asia. It's a kaleidoscope of different countries with different needs, different cultures, different impression, different usage of the motorcycles. So what we are really trying is, yes, we have to have an overall frame for this part of the world, but with different attention, different strategies and tactics according to the single country. Welcome everybody. As I said before, I give you the same answer I gave you before. Every brand that comes in the market and helps us to make it bigger is definitely welcome. We are conscious of our strength. We know who we are. We are confident enough that our motorcycles are extremely good, and we are aware that somebody will prefer Ducati, somebody will prefer Triumph, somebody will prefer Harley Davidson. We just have to be as we are and provide the product that a category of customer will like.
Sure.
So welcome everybody. The bigger the market, the happier everybody. Look, India is a very complicated country with very different dynamics. The situation of the world economy will definitely drive the creation of the middle class with different speed according to what's going to happen in the next few months or years. So it's really difficult to make any prediction. The reality is that the big strength of India is that the biking culture is there. So at a certain point, when all the conditions will be ready for growing the volumes will definitely grow automatically. I'm quite confident will happen. For local assembly, it's different. I don't think the local assemblies can drive volumes up. On our side at the moment we have no plan of assembling in India, but other companies made a different choice.
Sure.
For sure they have their own strategy. At the moment we would like to focus on the 795 assembled here.
Okay.
Then in the future, I don't know what I'm going to do 1 year from now. Imagine if I know what I can do 5 years from now.
Sure.
So both. It's I could lie, but the reality is that in markets like India, you really have to look both at who you are and what you can do, and both at what the market can do. We are not a volume manufacturer. We really don't go for volumes. So even if when you say the word volumes for you is different from the word volumes for me.
Sure.
So at the end, we want to be premium, always premium. So when we decided to price the bike at 5.99 lakhs, it's going to be for a period on a specific number of volumes. So the people that wants to have it should rush to the dealership now or place the booking. But again, we will see how the market will receive the bike.
Sure.
It's very difficult now. We have to play by ear. It's very easy to come to the market and say, oh, my bike is going to be 5.75 lakhs or 4 lakhs. Then after a while you discover that you cannot do it, and people already forgot what you said 1 year before. So it's a complicated decision to make. We decided to go for this one. Price is high. Tell me the price of a cheap Ducati, and then you will see. We cannot be cheap. We are premium. We are premium motorcycles. So the people that own a Ducati communicates a statement.
Sure.
To people around.
Sure.
And we want to go ahead, want to go on communicating the statement. Ducati is not a cheap motorcycle. Ducati will never make a cheap motorcycle.